Yeah,
But that wasn't an answer for real.
I mean, so you don't know how colleges work. You go to college, you live on dorm, like, so I'm thinking you trying to be funny, like you don't know how.
No, I was being so serious.
So you don't know how it works when you go to college.
I not really. I mean, cause I don't know, cause I didn't plan on going.
Who gave him that egg?
I don't know. One day I was in the bathroom. It might have been this morning, to be honest. And I just know that Pumpkin was like rolling something outside the door. And then I got outside the bathroom and it was an egg. I'm like, where did she get the egg from?
Why you have it?
I don't know. It smells like a grilled cheese.
What smells like a grilled cheese? Man, what the fuck?
What? What? Huh? Give you your sweet potato? I said it's my sweet potato. Oh, it smells like grilled cheese or something. You got a
whatever's in the bottom of the. No, whatever's in the
You got a weird sweet potato.
No, whatever's in the bottom of the oven, that's what you smell.
You got a weird sweet potato.
I only got rid of so many plays in this playbook, and they all my plays ain't showed up yet.
Marshall in West Virginia. I don't know why I said North Carolina. What did what am I thinking?
Good.
What did Kingston go to college at?
What you say?
You calling me?
I'm about to learn how to do a butterfly cake. You gonna support me?
Support you do what?
Learning how to do a butterfly cake.
Your ass might be out back.
Doom, doom, doom. But just imagine like imagine being in a street fight. And then just doom, doom, doom. You know? Like like at that point you just gotta stop and look, right?
I guess.
I mean it's like doom, doom, doom. Ah.
Mariana, there go your grandma. Cause I came in the house and she ran to the door and she was like, "Oh, I thought you was grandma."
Shut up, Dad.
Jasmine.
Hello.
Hold on.
Oh, you've been saying wait for Lisa. She said, "Put me down before we start fighting."
What's up, Pumpkin?
She just said, "Put me down before we get in customer." That's what she
Oh, okay.
said.
Shut up, Jack.
Hold on, I gotta finish writing this thing real quick.
You know, the book, the garden.
see my beard?
Yeah, I see your beard.
It's right. I got some mustache hairs right here.
I see your beard. Yeah, I do.
I got some mustache. They brown too. It's right here. They right here. And you can't say that.
Alright, Jess. Okay, you got a beard.
No, I'm talking about my mustache right now.
You
It's
gotta look.
forming like
You
this.
gotta look closely, don't you?
A little bit, but don't do that. I can feel it.
No, whichever character she was.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yes, that's how we did it. Cause like, when I went to Newtown and I dressed up as Thing One, I had to have a book with me. Yeah. And we did a parade with it too. We would walk around the school with it. That's back in my day.
You don't even know Miss Williams.
I don't know her because I had.
Do you know Mr. Williams?
Come on, I've been out too long and I know my first.
It was two of
I
them.
had two.
The NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Sixth grade was Miss Cook. Seventh grade we had modular classes, so we had a whole lot of teachers, so kind of get lost from there.
Okay.
One I can think of is Mr. Wilson.
Okay. You're trying to. Alright. So,
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. Off we go from Nashville.
and then
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
second grade. And in third grade, I had Miss Shaw, Miss Brown. Fourth grade, I had Miss Norton and Miss Lesnar. Fifth grade, I had Miss Howard and Miss Curtis. Sixth grade, I had Mr. Ryder and Miss Howard, Miss Hawkins,
You ate it all.
Miss DJ, Miss Rivero.
Levis going to the air right away, eluding the pressure. And he'll be off the ball too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical, picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
You just put it, didn't you just have the ball? Didn't you have that one?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
No, she ain't.
Here's again the Spears. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you can dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Levis on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He's got his target. That's complete.
That's how he's doing.
At the 45. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. It's a big play there for Tennessee. 45 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When the play breaks down like this, your job is to go to a receiver, find the nearest one, and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He's going, you do not.
And then some people were good, so he said, if the other people
So the big
are going
play
to
gets
pass,
him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
everyone's doing it. Oh, Mr. C coming back tomorrow. No, he said.
Hand off to Spears. Again, digging after a pickup. 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and a couple. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Third and short, it's Levis. As he throws there, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Hopkinson in motion left. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
There's an Arizona class. There's an Arizona class of Capricorn and the Gemini. Okay,
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Levis working the middle of the field, and he's got him man complete. And to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Spears. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your own line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. In motion right goes Hopkins. Here's Spears on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down carry for Henry. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And now a run with Spears. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's Spears. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Now Levis. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
That's one way to get yourself out of a hole. They're backed up deep, and while this looked like a simple completion at first, he was able to create some space, and off he goes. Separation not just in the route, but after the catch, too.
And that flag accepted. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Here's Hurts to throw. Now he's free at the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 66 yards. And the Eagles will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into desperation and a dash of anger.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Okay, he didn't run down all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They do go for it. Here's Levis. That is caught. And he's going to pick up the Titans' 1st down as the defense couldn't come up with a big play. In fact, they got 6 more than they needed. A gain of 8 on 4th and 2. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And they'll accept that penalty. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. Nice tackle, nice play by Kevin Byard.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Here's Levis. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Moore, the motion man right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball over okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now a 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And down he'll go at the 25. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. Now he's loose at the 40. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards on the ground. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there. Get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They run out the gun with Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. Play action. Here's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Here's Swift. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Now they send a man in motion right. Penny. Burrowing his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown.
Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the driver to get at the 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
3rd and 8.
Levis to throw it.
Right side caught by Jackson. On a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It feels like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Second down. Here's Hurts. That's complete to the former Titan Pro Bowler, A.J. Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave it with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, 66 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, they would have been happy with a first down, but this is even better. Once he's past the marker, it's cream cheese from there. And he bumps it to the outside, and it's just going to run away from defenders on his way toward the pylon.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned,
no, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Swift. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to the final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Henry. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling. There he goes, left side.
You didn't do all of them?
DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift. A dynamo since the break. 3 third-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line.
When you made it, did you like the pitch?
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. 176 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Spears to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. After getting stuffed on the 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Swift going to try up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on 1st down puts them back on their heels.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got it reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On the carry, it's Chestnut. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. Excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job.
Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get
What did he
more.
say to you this
Oh,
time?
look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48.
What did he say to you this time?
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Nah, you get it. And I was at work thinking about it. I said, man, he be putting people all in the lanes.
They'll run right here with Swift. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The handoff, running left is Penny. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 21. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Penny, a 1st down carry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like, what feels good to you? What feels good to your team? You're down big. You really have, like, 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there...